Allow the children
it's okay. Off your mind, it's okay. Off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar, just they get the higher power. Over naira. See them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego die the politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo.
Yeah, well up, my people, you know what it is. It's your boy now, Mali. I would like to urge my fans, the Malians, and all the Nigerian youths to stop doing drugs because it's not good for your well-being. Let's all stop substance abuse in any form. I've keyed into this campaign to support NDLA to stop drugs on the street. Please join us. It's really not good. It makes you go back into crime. It does a lot of things to you. Thank you very much. Yeah, well up, my people, you know what it is. It's your boy now, Mali.
Hello there. Don't be surprised. Surprised. That is the situation of Nigeria now. Naira Marley is now ambassador of NDLEA to help Nigeria fight drug. Boko Haram and Bandit sponsor are those in charge of your defense now. Ugeli, charge and bail lawyer, Festus of Fraudsters Otobo Keyamo is in charge of your aviation now. The bagman for Abacha, the man who helped Abacha launder his money that they are refunding back to Nigeria now, Bagudu, is in charge of your budget.
Godfather is
Anybody who is not comfortable with that, you can go to court. Because 80 years old man is the Minister of Youth right now.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Thank you so much for joining me this evening from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them, Mayegun today. Oh.
Níjó ìgbádìyẹ.
You can do it like that. Mayegun today. Oh.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
You can just say, hey, Mayegun today. Oh.
Ìjó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí pa. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
TECNOKrats, Mr. Strategist. He has eyes for best brains. He will discover technocrats that will come and change Nigeria. Now you have your techno with crats all join. From where?
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé.
Motideo. So, good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live. Now, tell me, how is that audio on your own device there, on your TV, on your device? How is it? Is it perfect? All right? All right. I've not seen much complaints, so that means we are good to go. Well. Ali Baba and his 48 thieves reduced to 45 thieves. And finally, like I said, you now know who is going to be in charge of what. Some people are saying that number one, those of you who are kind of hoping that thiefnubu will bring to you the people that you know that if they are allowed to work, they may likely change Nigeria. And I said, Emma Tonrayin, right? And today, you now know that you are not expecting any technocrat from anywhere. It is same of the same. So it is also very much okay if you begin to know right from this moment that the Shege Bansa or the Shege Bansa Pro Maxi, the one that you have been told that will be unleashed on you, the continuation of Boko Haram's poverty-ridden government, or poverty-inflicting government. This is the team all around that. Now let's take a look at them. Nigeria is battling with insecurity, which over time we have proven that those who are aiding and abetting these terrorists are also the same people inside APC. Egbekegbe, openly, secretly, they are known. But since the government is not after the sponsor, therefore you can conclude they had no plan of ending the terrorism. Of course, you know that it used to be ragtag terrorism. Now it has become an industry, multi-billion dollars industry in Nigeria. And the sponsor, they are inside APC. Egbekegbe. But when Boko Haram's time, they say maybe because Boko Haram is a Fulani, right? They are wait for another person to come in. You will see that blah, 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 blah. So when they now announced those that will be in charge of your defense, they picked on Badaru from Jigawa, the former governor of Jigawa. Then they picked on Matawale. Matawale, the one that paid nearly $1 billion to terrorists until they overran the state, is now going to be wearing the camouflage to go and meet the terrorists and tell them. Just so you have a clue, you heard about what happened in Niger State a few days ago. Well, the Nigerian military came out and they said 36 personnel or 36 officers were killed in that single day terrorism in Niger State. Listen to their governor. Just a quick one, so that I'll come back to those Alibaba and his 45 thieves.
And we have come to the villa now, my senator, the member House of Representatives, to also thank Mr. President for his support, and we need a lot of collaboration with both the local communities, the presidency, and even the state. We are looking at two options. First is non-kinetic. As a government, we have put in machineries to start talking to the bandits, the other elements that are not in tandem with living peacefully. So as a government, we've created a Ministry of Nomadic and Pastoral Affairs to look at the issues of the Fulani headsmen. You need to understand that Niger State has the largest congregation in the world of Fulani headsmen. Niger State is 8.3 million hectares of land with bodies of water. The pastoral environment is very good for grazing. A lot of Fulani across the world, not just Africa, converge in Niger State. So we don't want them to leave. So we don't want any major military activities. We want to talk to them. But if we don't get to that level, then probably we have to go fully military.
Let me get that audio back. Sorry about that, okay? Sometimes it kind of feel like that, but not that early. That's their governor in Niger State, where 36 Nigerian soldiers, as well as Air Force personnel, died. And one of the aircraft, they shot down one aircraft. One of their fighter chopper, what have you. And the governor boldly went into Kalu's place and told him they don't want any military action because they are aware that not just Fulanis from across Africa that are converging in Niger State, that from all over the world are converging in Niger State. So they want to talk to them to reduce terrorism or something like to embrace peace. So that is to tell you that terrorism in Nigeria is not going anywhere. It's getting worse, by the way, but they have done so well to try to underreport it. Abi, now they have appointed Matawale, the man that was in bed with terrorists in his own states, as long as they could give him gold, right? Is now in charge of, as Minister of State. Wike Badaru is in charge of the defense. It's like saying, hey, guys, go and talk to your brothers for me. Right? Okay. That is Matawale. That's defense. On the Attorney General of Nigeria, TECNOKrats picked APC, Egbekegbe's lawyer. I'm talking about the one that is representing them at the presidential panel or presidential tribunal. Fagbemi, something Fagbemi. We're going to go over them one after the other a little bit, right? Or here. So that one is going to be your Attorney General of and Minister of Justice of Nigeria, Lateef Fagbemi. The next one is Wike will be in charge of the FCT. Abuja. It's like saying it's the governor of Abuja, right? And immediately the Wike's name is mentioned as FCT. The Lagos Abobakus were already telling him that there is one particular assignment he needs to do, and that is to demolish PDP uncompleted secretariats, because it's an eyesore to Abuja. They were asking him to do that. Remember that Wike is still in PDP. He is still a PDP member. PDP is not in any government of national unity or whatever with APC or TECNOKrats, but you know how they arrive here, Abi? Others are saying TECNOKrats is hoping and banking on Wike to help him in case if there is a rerun, to help him repeat the magic of Rivers State to get Kolu the 25% needed in Abuja, and so many other speculations like that, right? Then you have Umahi, who is a senator right now. So we need to resign his seat and go and become the Minister of Works. So he will be your work minister. And then this guy, the SDP governorship candidate from Oyo State, what they call this guy mostly. Anyway, he's going to be your Minister of Power, the one in charge of power. Then he also created some new ministries, right? Ministries like Blue Ocean Economy, Gas Resources Minister, or ministry like that. Marina, this one is Marina and Blue Economy. So that's the person there. Job for the boys. Bagudu, who happened to be Abacha's Bagman, the guy that made, and yeah, he made deal. Meanwhile, see, this one is not for Kolu, sure you get. Bagudu made a deal with Obasanjo's government that if he told Obasanjo where Abacha money or Nigeria money were kept, Obasanjo's government will give him immunity from prosecution, and they will give him 20% of the money that he successfully lead them to recover. And Obasanjo agreed. So that was why he came back to Nigeria when he was arrested in America. So when he got back to Nigeria, from his own money and other money that he probably never declared, is rich, like he's stinkingly rich with Nigeria money as you are looking at him. So he joined CPC. CPC was Buhari's jihadist party from northern Nigeria at the time. These ones were among those who were funding. I remember Buhari belonged to Abacha's crew as well, in case if you don't know. Okay. Anyway, Bagudu became governor in 2015 under APC twice. Now, as the Abacha Bagman, is the guy who is going to be in charge of your budget and economic planning. Do you get it? Do you get it? If you don't get it, forget about it. So thiefnubu, right? Apart from the fact that it doesn't give a shit about any of whatever it is you are going through in Nigeria right now. There's nobody coming to rescue you. But he's also interested in some certain people who could carry out some certain job. By the time they are done, like they are saying, right, like you've been told, Bokwari will be like a saint. So if you are looking for somebody to help you hide your loot in a way that even the international community, right, can't find them, well, Bagudu will be your man. Okay? Pretty much like the Bagman for thiefnubu. Not just that. They touted Dele Alakori. In fact, he himself was feeling like he was going to become the Minister of Information. They started giving ideas of how he was going to deal with the media, how they have to make sure that, the media is very much like regulated. People cannot continue to let them, But surprisingly, Kolu put Dele Alakori in solid minerals. And people are saying that the war in Africa right now, or the war that is about to go down in Niger Republic, is war of mineral resources, right? And as we speak, under Bokuwari, when you go everywhere all over Nigeria right now, you will see either Chinese or the Singaporean or even these Westerner themselves drilling somewhere for something. In the areas where terrorism has been reported to be so high, we've also discovered that there are some other covert operations going on behind the scene where resources of these areas are being massively stolen under the guise of insecurity and all of that. So why would Kolu go and put Dele Alakori in solid minerals? Your guess is as good as mine. So the list long, but what I would do is that we can go on them just for the record, for the diary, okay? Just for another maybe 10-15 minutes and take a look at them one after the other. Now I'm going to go to their NTA page. They've got an X page, or you can call it a Twitter page, X. So here you'll be able to see each of them. Sorry, every one of them that is coming to rescue Nigeria with Kolu. The joke right itself, sure you get, so that when that time comes, right, you always remember that, well, for those who probably enabled or enabling them, so now let's go over them. This guy, his name is Bumitunji. Well, you've seen him earlier, right? Let's go to another one. So you have Minister of, okay, this one is environment, right? And ecological management. Then you've got Minister of Sorodola Ade John for tourism. Here you have Mohammed Idris is going to be the information minister. So this is going to be like, suppose, right? Layamo. Do you understand? I mean, that's kind of surprising. We don't know this guy. I don't know much about him, right? But can he even fill in the space where the lying machine of APC, Egbe, is facing the most, what do you call it, the most critical expose from left, right, and center. So you're going to need born liars. But we'll get to see more of him in the next coming days. So this one is Amadu, your Minister of Steel Development. Okay. Then, well, on and on. I'm gonna. Have you seen the Minister of Youth? Have you? No, okay. Hang on. You will see your Minister of Youth. This one is Junior Minister Housing. This is the Minister of Women Affairs. She's Uju Kennedy, right? And yeah, Adelabu Benkelemesi is your Minister of Power. So people are actually raging in Ibadan or your states, wondering why somebody who worked against them is not compensated. But I mean, she's compensated, but the other guy, what's that guy's name again? That other senator, Folari. So Folari, who was expecting to be, right? Now. Then you have Wale Edun, who is a finance and coordinating minister. And then where's again? I want to show you that of their youth their youth minister. That one looks like an 80 years old man. Okay. And according to them, is this experience that matter. It's going to be like the father to all of them, Minister of Youth, right? Anyway, I believe that those who were looking for technocrats, you have your technocrats now. At least you do. This one is, who is this again? gas resources. So TECNOKrats kept himself as a minister of petroleum, just like Obasanjo and Buhari. And we all know how that ended as well. Anyway, enough of strolling and strolling. Let's snip it. So there you have your technocrats. I mean, you have some certain areas you want to pay attention to, and you are probably hoping that, okay, yeah, you know. So then it got Idris, you know, that guy who died, that former Kogi governor. The guy wanted to be governor again, but died in Kogi State. Yeah, his own son was made, he's made the minister for gas resources. Here you get. And yeah, he created extra 5 or 6 ministries, like breaking some of them down. Like, for example, they call them modified offices in a country that is struggling with funding. Now they have more space and all that, and they're still going to create more. Okay, so according to them, yeah, finance and coordinating economy has been there before. I don't know why they call that modified, or they took something out of it. So marine and blue economy, that's TECNOKrats, new office, new ministry. Health and social welfare, it's like sort of a combined set of Ministry of Health. Okay, he called it social welfare, and then he also created another. Where he also kept the one called the humanitarian affair. They now added poverty and poverty alleviation. Here you go. So gas resources, tourism, youth and development instead of youth development, right? They call it youth and development, whatever that means, right? Still development. Okay, art and culture. Normally it's like tourism, art and culture. Art and culture. Now they created a new one for it and said art, culture, and the creative economy, job for the boys. Aviation and aerospace development, right? So this is like, anyway, don't let me waste much time on this, okay? So the bottom line is that he has selected those who are on a special mission that you will figure that out very soon. Okay, and now that he has named them, Keyamo for aviation, Umahi for works, Dele Alakori for solid minerals, and the rest of them, and then Bagudu for budget, and who else is there again? Now you have your technocrats in place. They themselves will begin to appoint their own technocrat advisors. So those advisors too will begin to have their own advisors. The already overbloated government will be further overbloated. Now, when it becomes fully like that, right, whatever is now left, the remnant of that is what they will probably promise, they will plan to use to fulfill every of those lies called promises they made to you. Now, you see why when you say, Egbe Yewo, pick it up and check it. What is the value? When you look at the whole thing, it just continues to get ridiculous and ridiculous and ridiculous. So the cost is on you, of course, and if you can't pay it, they can borrow money to pay for that. So talking about having his cabinet in place now, at least you can begin to now say, okay, what are they going to now do to help your economy? The answer is nothing. Absolute nothing done to make it worse, but give it time. All right, just give it time. For now, it is more or less like, okay, except the judiciary saves you, as some people will say, except the judiciary saves you, right? You are completely FUCK'd, right? Already. But hang on. Before you, they will say we should let you die before you are buried. And this is the road to it. Like I said, if nobody saves you, or if nothing saves you from these criminals, by the time they are done with you, even before they are done, your skeletons will scream and scream in agony and be like, they wish they didn't stay this long to witness what these guys are going to do to you. Okay? And it is not a wish. Do you know what is a wish that a lot of you are wishing? Is that you are hoping that they will surprise you. You are hoping that they will come and rejig your economy and whatever it is. You are hoping that this act of terrorism will go down. That is a wish. You are wishing. Yeah, you are wishing. That is something that is so foolish for anybody to actually do when you have facts and you are hoping or wishing that your facts are not real. So I'm not wishing things on you. I am telling you what will happen to you in the space of you can grade it to 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and then you can, we'll all be here. So when you look at all of them, from Kolu to the last of them, you will see how substanceless they are. Now, when you have something that is of valueless, other than a crookedry and a criminality, and you know nothing good will come out of all this crookedry, right? And you are hoping or wishing. You should know the consequences of what that will be at the end of the day, Abi. Maybe you don't. But I have seen them. I have seen them, and I've seen what they represent. And I don't just see the spark. But again, they have already started the bazaar, talking about rejigging your economy. Remember that part of the reasons why they said the whole thing seems slow, TECNOKrats palliative is blah, 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 or TECNOKrats plan for your economy is other nonsense they are telling you all this while, okay? They said it is because he hasn't put his cabinet in place. Now, they don't put cabinet in place now. All right? And let the bazaar begin. Now, talking about the bazaar, in 2015, after 3 months, nearly 100 days in office, Bokwari, people were complaining like this. It wasn't this bad, though. So Bokwari now called the then central bank governor, Emefiole, with a memo that he should mobilize over 1 trillion naira, the money that will be shared and distributed to all of the states in Nigeria, so that those who haven't paid the salaries of their workers, pensions, and other payments like that, including contractors that they owe for different projects in their states, that they should prepare some certain amount of, package. It was, they had a name for it at the time, but you can just call it a financial package. So while they were cooking that up, the Paris Club refund arrived, over 600 billion naira. Bokwari told Emefiole to share that money to these 36 states and Abuja. Those who got up to 20 billion, those who got 12, those who got 30, those who got 25, those who got just maybe 8 billion. They shared that money, and within a week, 600 billion was gone. Salaries of those workers, some paid, others didn't. They didn't give a damn. That was before 100 days. So after that, in 2016, the same Bokwari called Emefiole when these governors started going back to say, people are still suffering, we are still unable to shake any call, this and that. Then Bokwari told Emefiole to prepare another financial package, 400 billion naira, and said, this particular one, we are not giving it to you. You will need to come and apply for how much you want to borrow. Whatever you have paid out of your outstanding bills, debt, come and take this one as loan. Okay, you will pay back. We'll take it from your money. They all went back again. And within a week, the 400 billion was gone. That was why when Obaseki came out and said, Central Bank of Nigeria was printing money, Emefiole came out to say, what about the money they loaned to them that they didn't pay back? He was referring to the 400 billion that Bokuwari said should be given to them. And as new government, it was more or less like an ideal thing, right? Before he came in, Goodluck Egbere Jolantan was already borrowing money to pay salary, which means the federal workers, state workers, they were in hell. We're almost there at the time compared to where they are right now, almost in hell. So to make everybody feel better, Bokuwari, just like TECNOKrats is doing now, dipped his hand in a cookie jar that was probably almost empty. Abracadabra, abracadabra, 1 trillion came out, 1 trillion naira came out. These gluttonous criminals across Nigeria shared it, and the workers were never paid their salaries in full. I'm talking about the outstanding. Today, when you go everywhere in Nigeria, you will nearly see over 80% of the states owing their workers salary. That was 8 years after Bokuwari. 8 years of Bokuwari. So when TECNOKrats said they removed subsidy without any plan, he said he needed 500 billion. It's like somebody saying, okay, if we have 500 billion, that should be enough. You have no data. You have no record of who and who should be the beneficiary of that 500 billion. Then they started doing all the abracadabra, Tinubunomics jargons, 8,000 naira per family, until when the backlash was too much, that they felt like, okay, this didn't make any sense. There was no plan. There was no real number to work with. Nothing. These criminals are running Nigeria based on guessing. On guess. They are guessing. How many poor people do you think are in Nigeria? There are many. If we give them 1 trillion naira, do you think if you share 1 trillion naira, 1 trillion naira, poverty will disappear in Nigeria, sir? Okay. How many people can benefit? Sir. Shokoto, Jigawa, Kano. Sir. If with 1 trillion, we can give that money to 20 million people. Oh, okay. And that 20 million people, sir, each of them can collect 50,000. 50,000. You see, no sense. Just the same guess. Wow, that about 50,000. Maybe we should just do 40 million people. I will give them 25,000. Exactly, sir. Because they had no plan of giving anybody anything. Guess. So when they came out and realized that this didn't make any sense, so 8,000 naira per family for 6 months, are we going to be getting 500 billion naira every month to share to these 12 million families every month, which is going to be how much for 6 months? That's going to be 3 trillion naira. Oh, no. That's not the plan. No. Okay, tell them that we are working on it. We are working on it. So we are not giving 8,000 again. We are not giving 8,000. So we are working on it. Do you know what they now came up with? Give all the state governors 5 billion naira to go and share the money to the poor people in their states. Somebody suggested that in the midst of all their technocrats, Abi, inside the asshole rock, Abi, let's go and give all the governors 5 billion naira in order to cushion the effect of subsidy removal. Brilliant. We are going to tell the media. Breaking news. To cushion the effect of palliative. The government has approved 5 billion for every state. The same Bokuwari style. Replaying itself. But the difference is this. When Bokuwari came in, Goodluck Egbere Jolantan left money, substantial money that Bokuwari could fritter away, could share and do all he did with until he started printing his own money. So, but Boko Haram that handed over to TECNOKrats, handed over Korofo Pangolo, nothing, Bese, and a broken country. TECNOKrats is too coward or somehow like as an accomplice anyway to even come out and confess to you, all of you, and say, nah, Korofo, nothing. But they want to use the same Boko Haram script again. But it can't be around the time when Nigeria don't broke. No money. If not, TECNOKrats self will be declaring 1 trillion, 2 trillion to Kinekon, 1 Kinekon, like Boko Haram was doing at the time. But what happened to that of Boko Haram's money? It ended in the pocket of all of them, the governors, the senators, the reps, everybody who partook in the sharing or allocating, approving of that money, took their cuts. By the end of the day, the workers in Nigeria, they were left in the limbo, unfortunately for them. A lot of them are still begging for their salary right now. Some of them who retired, they are praying, begging that this country is killing them. Please, pay our salary, pay our pension. Please pay our pension. We are dying. Let us enjoy our pension. Because their money have been shared and stolen. And now TECNOKrats is replaying that. But during the time that Nigeria is already broke, bankrupt. 5 billion. 5 billion times 10 now 50 billion. Times 10 again now 50 billion. Abi. Another times 10, the 50 billion. So 50 billion means that 50 times 6 income. 5 times 6 should be what's be that one? 30 Abi. 30. So 180 billion. So TECNOKrats has removed 180 billion from the 50 billion. I'm sorry, from the 500 billion that they told you they want to give to you as that he got approval from the Senate as palliative money. Now, 180 billion of that money is going into the pocket of 36 state governors. You'll barely see 3 or 4 of them that will actually use part of that money for that purpose. Because the money is that go and share the money to the poor people in your state. They don't get data of poor people anywhere. You understand? It's like somebody calling me and say, Mayegun, oh yeah, take this 1 billion naira. Go and share it to poor people. Maybe a person where I give now poor. If I say, oh yeah, come, everybody send your account. You send me your account, that means you are poor. So if I give you, Abi. So yeah, you take 1 million, you take 1 million, 2 million, you 5 million, you 1 million, you 2 million. And at the end of the day, by the time I give it to how many people? And they say, Amayegun, where is the data? I say, well, I just share the money to everybody. How do you know they are poor or not poor? I don't know. Because I don't know. Of course. They take the money. They share the money to their party members. The old men and women in their party, which is like, okay, go and give them 10,000. So at the end of the day, if they manage to give them 1 billion, they have shared the money. The rest go back into the pocket of the criminals. And right then, they don't convert them. They don't move them out of Nigeria. Some will collect the 5 billion. The properties they have been showing them since their inauguration in Dubai, that money will likely pay for it. Once they get the money, they move it. The poor people should maintain the breath that they currently have, I think. Anyway, that is just so part of revamping your economy. Not to talk of the money for them to even run this. And the intention of these criminals on how they even got there. Like, where would you be getting that from? Unfortunately, there will be no punishment for them and those whose lives they are kind of mortgaging away, who probably know less too, makes it more, just more unfortunate, I'll say. But you know what happened today? Yesterday we were talking about Emefiole and the other people who are supposed to also be in cuffs for what they have done. And I said, they are not yet ready to prosecute. They are not, in fact, intending to prosecute Emefiole for the kind of crime that Bokuwari, all of his cabinet, including Emefiole, committed against Nigeria. Because if they should be interested in prosecuting Emefiole, Bokuwari will currently be in Kuje, waiting for his own court date as well. But the intention is to keep Emefiole incommunicado, disgraced, and all of that. And when they are done, they will let him go. Sure you get. So they took him to court and something happened there. So they charged him. They are charging Emefiole for procurement fraud. So DSS said they are no longer charging him for firearms, illegal possession of firearms anymore. They are now charging him for procurement, 6.9 billion naira procurement fraud. So, and then this time around, he has an accomplice. So the accomplice and himself were supposed to be in court today to come and answer the charges of how they stole 6.9 billion naira or how they mismanaged 6.9 billion naira. But they said, Yaro, what's her name again? The accomplice is something, maybe na Yaro, Sarah or something, I don't know, but something Yaro, a woman. They said she wasn't well, she wasn't feeling well, so couldn't come to court today, and therefore the proceeding couldn't continue, so they had to adjourn. It was after they adjourned that the drama started. Emefiole that used to tell all of us then that if you want to fight me, come outside, let us fight. Fight rich now. Oh, anyway, you know, when your friends, when your supposed friends decided that they're going to have you for supper or for dinner, and there you are, you couldn't even see a single one of them that could have a pity on you, unfortunately, Abi. So it happened inside the court that Emefiole, for some reason, started faking phone call, or maybe he was actually making phone call. Then the media wouldn't let him breathe, or the lawyers. Everybody there was just like, no, move. Oh yes, oh yeah, move. Anyway, I'll show you inside their court today. Emefiole.
It's all right. It's all right.
Do your job. Why hold him? Don't try that. Okay, you call for press conference. You see yourself.
Let's go and talk outside.
It's all right. It's all right.
So it was like Emma hide. Just walk. Emma hide. Like, why would you tell him not to hide? He's in the court, everybody can see him. So why, which one is Emma hide? That was Emefiole. All right. And yeah, a lot of you shouldn't feel sorry for him. I mean, in all sincerity, I know that sometimes, right, the humanity in you or something like that will make you feel like, oh, I feel sorry for. Don't feel sorry for him. Don't ever feel sorry for these guys. Are you with me? These are cold-hearted criminals. Of course, if it reeks of, injustice too, when you realize that those who, like Bokuwari, Pastor Ruga, and the rest of them, that they perpetrated this crime together, they are kind of chilling in their own houses right now, okay? And the guy who carried out the the directive of Bokwari and gang is being treated this way. That's one thing. That's a different thing now. Okay, normal. The system in Nigeria reward criminals. We all know that. Okay, but if this is the worst they can do to themselves, don't partake in sharing their condolences. Okay, you don't have to. These are cold-hearted criminals who carried out, criminal policies that destroyed lives and businesses that a lot of people will never recover from. These guys, and they probably don't even know they did that, or they did know they do know that they did that, and they just give it down. So don't put yourself in that situation, okay? Don't be like those who love their thieves differently. Be like, but is it the only one? Is it the first person to steal? Where are the others? Don't be like that. Please don't. All right? Because I've seen that many times. All right? Everybody loves their own thieves. Okay? Everybody believes that their own thief is better. My thief is better than your thief. My own criminal is kind. Is kinder than your own criminal. Our own criminal, they always give us money. They give us food. Your own criminal is just using the money to buy property for his own family. So our own criminal is better than your own criminal. Don't be like that. I've seen that many times. When you see them do this to themselves, right? These are part of the reasons why you should never, for any reason, feel enticed by by any glamorous, crooked lifestyle that is associated with these criminals like politicians. You should never be enticed enough to get yourselves involved in wanting to be like them, because there are so many of you who are just open, waiting for your turn. I know that. All right? We'll go sit down here, condemn these criminals, talk about all of this, or you are actually waiting for your turn, waiting for your chance. And when they now see us, you don't go, my brother, you need to join them to change the system. You need to, I have to join them to Nshiri. Who are you telling them not to join them to beginning or what? So I know that myself, and I've been telling you, when you are dealing with people, it is always better for you to manage your expectations and all that. So don't look at them when they do this to themselves and feel like, they deserve some pity from any corner. They don't. Those ones that have been there, those ones that are being kicked out or replaced, and the ones that are there now, they come from the same breed, bunch of criminals. The system is there to shape them to do exactly that, and you know that. So don't ever be like that, okay? Don't feel sorry for Emefiole. Let them do whatever they like to him, all right? So when the table turn tomorrow, if he be Kolu, that will be in shame. I go and shame like this. If he be that same Bokwari, anything can happen. So the truth is that do not get sort of in any way infatuated to them. Like, feel like myself one day I want to be like Kenny. You will end up as a disgrace like that. All right? I mean, somebody said that if you serve Nigeria, go and serve Nigeria and come back in shame. Well, maybe not all the time, but whenever they happen, right? They are good enough to remind our children that they are nothing but criminals. And as criminals, right? Whatever good thing they do is always a mistake. When they do something and it looks like, that thing is good, though. Once they see it, just know that it is a mistake. Pay attention very well. All right? They will eventually destroy it. And that's what they have always been. Fortunately, those who lost their money, lost their savings, and those who lost their lives, they probably won't look at him and feel sorry for him. But I understand your sentiment that the ideal thing, if Nigeria was a real country, just like me also said that if they indeed are prosecuting him for his crime, of course, Bukwari won't be in Daura or anywhere near comfort at all. They will be sharing cells together in that same DSS, but that won't happen, Abi. So I have no pity or sorry for Emefiole. But going forward, ladies and gentlemen, I picked up where Patience Jonathan was telling all of you that you've got no other country, that you should support TECNOKrats. Forget about all of this, yeah? Pray for Nigeria because you have no other country. Of course, the elite will align. I have said this a long while ago. I said, TECNOKrats and his people, they understand what power and the value of it. They do understand it very well. And it is so important to him at that crucial time that if they have to kill everybody for it, they will do it. And that's when he said, power is not served a la carte, right? That, you have to like steal it, grab it, and run with it, right? When he said that around that time, he was referring to the fact that 2023 was life and death, right? For him, do or die. Okay. So he knows that it doesn't matter how you get that power. Okay. Today everybody is talking about illegitimacy. TECNOKrats, illegitimate this, TECNOKrats, nobody want to take him as their president, all over the place, Abi. And normal, you will think that should be something of shame that nobody would want to do. Like if you want to win election, everybody sees that you win, you have the legitimacy, and there is no kind of, Now, because some of you, they think, say, their politics have morality, Abi. Nigeria politics have no morality. And if you are living in that world of, oh, yeah, we need to do everything according to the law, don't join their politics. Don't even get involved. You know why they say it's so dirty? It's because it's so crooked as well. It is run by criminals. It is a criminal enterprise. To get involved in it, you should know that everything they call logical is completely unrelated to that of anything in Nigerian politics. Sure, how could your daddy steal election like that? He didn't win an election. He's already answering the president's son. She's already been seen as a president's daughter. Because, like I said, they understand the power that is around being the one holding power. Even those who, your ardent critic, once they sense that you have that power, they will align. It's called realignment. The way Nigeria is structured, Baba, most of your rich men in Nigeria, if they suddenly decided to do right thing and distance themselves from that power circle, you will realize that majority of them are poorer or will be poorer than some of you. Majority of you will have better lives than them, because majority of the billions that you see in the hands of your criminal elite in Nigeria, majority of them are sourced from the government patronage, government, reward, in a way that they have been kind of enjoying some level of cover that has been protecting their money, clean and dirty. All right. All they hold the establishment is loyalty. Align. Everybody, align, or else you can forget all your wealth. And it's going to be about the time that it's going to be a matter of how long you come back to your senses. They always do that. They have no shame. Oh, you stole the mandate. They don't care. The whole world knows that you are this. They don't care. It's about that power. And when you see them talk of how they love Nigeria and all of that, and you wander around and be like, you can't love Nigeria and be doing this and that. Be like, well, we love Nigeria, Sha. You can't love Nigeria and be friends with people who they love Nigeria, Sha. Because there are people called the owners of Nigeria. And you are not one of them. I am not one of them. So those are the people that will tell you that you don't have another country. They do have other countries. They are citizens of different countries. Yeah, they've got citizenship. They are children, not just Nigerians. They are Americans, they are British, they are Canadians, they are,
Here, everywhere. So they could leave Nigeria in a twinkle if the country goes up in smoke. But they easily tell you, you need to pray, you don't have any other country. So Patience Jonathan met with Remi TECNOKrats, and this happened.
My senior colleague. So we thank God that she's here to pay a solidarity visit and for us to have, talks on the way to move our nation forward. And I appreciate her visit this afternoon. So I want to also thank her for all the support and the tips she's always given over time. So thank you so much, Your Excellency, and thank you for this visit.
Thank you. A woman I know for a long time. We started as a governor's wife. We are my senior by then. But we joined the rest, we are my senior. And we learn from you people. I am not surprised that you are here because you are one of the women that I look forward to make Nigerian women proud. I have come here to encourage you, to support you, because we are one country and our country must move forward and for the country to be better because it's our country. We have no other country than Nigeria. We have no other place to go. We must support you. We must support you to make sure you achieve what you are here for. And when you achieve, we have achieved. So the Nigeria must move forward. And I use this opportunity also to plead to the women of this country, because I know that my sister can carry the women along. She carried the women along when she was a governor's wife. So when she's a first lady, the sky will be her limits. She will carry us along and she will move us forward. We Nigerian women, we should come out in mass and support this government and support her. The sky will be our limits. May God bless you.
Che, help us, oh, help us. There is God, oh. There is God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh. God should descend, oh, today God will descend here. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. This thing will end today. My sisters, if your child lost, will you stay and keep quiet? Will you people stay and keep quiet? The president now is calling you, come, I want to help you. You don't want to appear. Will you agree? No. Now the first lady is calling you, come, I want to help you. Come to find your child, your missing child. Will you keep quiet? No. Child, there is God, oh. There is God, oh. The bloods we are sharing, there is God, oh. There is God, oh. There is God, oh. There is God, oh. There is God, oh.
It's okay. 70 years old man. 70 years old man. 70 years old man. 70 years old man.
So that was Peshe. Peshe was with
Okolu's wife, and the voice is even like giving me some kind of cringe, it sounded so horrible. I don't know what happened to her. Well, it's been a while. Okay. Anyway, going forward, Patu Tommy was with press speaking on behalf of the obedient a while back. That was earlier today. Patu Tommy, who recently said he just survived a sort of a cancer treatment, he's been away from the public view after the election and all that, but because he's been undergoing cancer treatment, he discovered, and I think that was about a week ago. But he looks well today in this clip, and I want you to listen. All right, he was telling the judiciary in Nigeria that the Nigerians are counting on them. If they should come out to legitimize this crime, well, I'll let him speak. Pat.
To find a way forward that is acceptable and truly represents the wishes of Nigerian citizens. Now is the time for them to demonstrate their commitment to values of regional cooperation, inclusivity, and respect for sovereignty. Dear friends, I want to thank you so very much for your kind attention and hope that we will be able to extend these thoughts to all Nigerians everywhere through you so that we may be engaged and rescue our country. The Caritas Nigeria, JDPC, were hugely invested, engaged in, as with other elections, election monitoring. They have published this huge report, the 2023 General Elections Observation Report in Nigeria. The European Union invested billions of naira in INEC, and they have published a report. I believe that Chatham House has its own report. If the waiting of the outcome of what the judges do contradict these reports, we have created a deep legitimacy crisis for any regime that comes out of it. And that is part of the point I was trying to make about understanding why countries don't make progress. May Nigeria continue to go forward, or it may continue to stumble and fumble, but you can tell where it is going. It's all the way south. It's going to be a failed state when the regime does not have legitimacy. I put on my political scientist hat now. One of the most remarkable books about the nature of democracy was written by an American political scientist called Seymour Martin Lipset. And the book is titled The First New Nation. And he probes deeply into the concept of legitimacy. Legitimacy is earned every day. We can institutionally say a regime derives legitimacy from the ballot box and the announcement of the outcome of the count of the vote. But if in its conduct, a day after the election, it is not seen to act in the interest of the people, it goes through a vitiation of its legitimacy attributes. In fact, and indeed, when your legitimacy becomes atrophied, you generally create a situation that leads to what political scientists refer to as the politics of power erosion. When a coup succeeds, it is because power erosion has traveled very far, because the regime they have replaced has significantly lost legitimacy. And this is what we will have to watch and deal with in Nigeria. It's not a matter of what we here think or even do. Somalia did not get to be Somalia by accident. It is because of the politics of power erosion following crisis of legitimacy. And then Somalia became a failed state in which warlords control several places. And what is going on in Nigeria here? We're encouraging thugs to have public authorities support because we think they are on our side of some political divide. That's how you create a delegitimization of the state and ultimately create warlords and reach the road to Somalia. We need to be careful of these things. This is why I make the point that you need to understand how countries have made progress and why they have failed through human history. And many of the things we're doing right now, essentially encouraging arriving at the destination of those countries that have failed. And citizens must rally to say, it cannot go on like this. There are certain dignifying things to do. Thugs don't show up in the villa and give press conferences that divide their people. That is not done by any serious regime in the world. I think that is a matter in your domain as people who work in the marketplace of ideas. It's a public conversation subject. What is freedom of expression? What is abuse of the right of freedom of expression in a democracy? I incidentally had the privilege many years ago of being part of a U.S. International Visitors Program on the subject of freedom of expression. And amongst those who were on that team with me were Abike Dabiri and Senator Sani, Shehu Sani. It was several years ago before Shehu Sani became a senator. And the subject of freedom of expression is very, very fundamental to how democracies thrive. Surely your freedom stops where mine begins. But the nuances of what freedom of expression really is can make or break a democracy. And that is a clear example. I mean, I don't know who are the people putting up the signs, but they can argue their constitutional rights to express themselves.
The speech long ago, so I had to just play a part there for every one of us to just listen to. Okay. Meanwhile, the Robodion over religion tolerance that is taking shape, or should I say, that has gone overhead right there in Kwara State, Ilorin, got a further boost yesterday when the police announced that no Isheshe festival is allowed in Ilorin or Kwara State to avoid problems with the Muslims. And that has brought back the conversation around Yoruba's sovereignty, Yoruba's culture, religion, and on like that. Again, because it's not going anywhere. So, the police now told them that no Isheshe or anything like as such is now welcomed in Ilorin, which is contrary to the constitution of Nigeria. Well, obviously today, we just thought we, as Yorubas, if there's anything for us to be concerned about, if there's any reason for us to ronu, this is one of them. When did it become so bad that to be a Yoruba is like a threat to your life now? Like I'm a Yoruba man and I'm like, okay, I'm Oluwa Sakwiola. Obo Yoruba, if I found my way to Ilorin, I could be killed. That's exactly what the police told these guys. We can no longer guarantee your safety. Don't do any of this here anymore. And if you don't listen to us, whatever happened to you. I mean, as a Yoruba man, I feel so insulted. I feel I feel like I should be angry. I'll be pretending that I haven't seen it before. Maybe not as more pronounced as it is right now. At least a lot of you will remember this. It's not new. Ìlú Ìlọrin, ìṣèlú fètè nàkan, nàkan. Ìlú Ìlọrin, ìṣèlú fètè nàkan. Ìlú tó jìnnà síná, because they say Ilorin is so closer to paradise and very far from hellfire.
Ìlú Ìlọrin kì í ṣe bí tó ti ń bọ̀ṣù. Tó ti ń bọ̀ṣù. Ẹ bá fẹ́ bọ̀ṣù, ẹ bá lọ ìlú Òṣogbo. Ìlú Òṣogbo, ìlú Ìlọrin kì í ṣe bí tó ti ń bọ̀ṣù. Tó ti ń bọ̀ṣù. Ẹ bá fẹ́ bọ̀ṣù, ẹ bá lọ ìlú Òṣogbo. Àníṣe ìlú Ìlọrin kì í ṣe bí tó ti ń bọ̀ṣù. Tó ti ń bọ̀ṣù. Ìlú Òṣogbo, ìlú Òṣogbo, ìlú Ìlọrin, kì í ṣe bí tá ti ń bọ̀ṣù. Ẹ bá fẹ́ bọ̀ṣù, ẹ bá lọ ìlú Òṣogbo. A kì í bọ̀ṣù ìlú wa, ìlú Ìlọrin. Ìlú Ìlọrin, ìlú Ìmọ̀já, kì í ṣòdò tó ti ń bọ̀ṣù. Tó ti ń bọ̀ṣù, ìlú Ìlọrin, kì í ṣe bí tá ti ń bọ̀ṣù. Ẹ bá fẹ́ bọ̀ṣù, ẹ bá lọ ìlú Òṣogbo. A kì í bọ̀ṣù ìlú wa, ìlú Ìlọrin. Ìlú Ìlọrin, ìlú Ìmọ̀já, kì í ṣòdò tó ti ń bọ̀ṣù. Tó ti ń bọ̀ṣù, ìlú Ìlọrin, kì í ṣe bí tó ti ń bọ̀ṣù. Tó ti ń bọ̀ṣù, ẹ bá fẹ́ bọ̀ṣù, ẹ bá lọ ìlú Òṣogbo. Ọdún ṣẹ̀ṣe kò ṣeé ṣe nílùú Ìlọrin. Nílùú Ìlọrin. Ọdún ṣẹ̀ṣe kò ṣeé ṣe nílùú Ìlọrin. Nílùú Ìlọrin. Ẹ̀yin oníṣẹ̀ṣe ẹ má fa wàhálà fa. Wàhálà fa. Ẹ̀yin oníṣẹ̀ṣe ẹ má fa wàhálà fa. Wàhálà fa. Nílùú Ìlọrin kì í ṣe bí tó ti ń bọ̀ṣù. Tó ti ń bọ̀ṣù. Ẹ bá fẹ́ bọ̀ṣù, ẹ bá lọ ìlú Òṣogbo. Ọdún ṣẹ̀ṣe kò ṣeé ṣe nílùú Ìlọrin. Nílùú Ìlọrin. Ọdún ṣẹ̀ṣe kò ṣeé ṣe nílùú Ìlọrin. Nílùú Ìlọrin. Ẹ̀yin oníṣẹ̀ṣe ẹ má fa wàhálà fa. Wàhálà fa. Ẹ̀yin oníṣẹ̀ṣe ẹ má fa wàhálà fa. Wàhálà fa. Nílùú Ìlọrin kì í ṣe bí tó ti ń bọ̀ṣù. Tó ti ń bọ̀ṣù. Ẹ bá fẹ́ bọ̀ṣù, ẹ bá lọ ìlú Òṣogbo. Ìlú Òṣogbo. Ìlú Ìlọrin kì í ṣe ìlú yàdáyọ̀bẹ. Yàdáyọ̀bẹ. Ẹ̀yin oníṣẹ̀ṣe ẹ bá na sòórò ṣe. Sòórò ṣe. Ìlú Ìlọrin kì í ṣe bí tó ti ń bọ̀ṣù. Tó ti ń bọ̀ṣù. Ẹ bá fẹ́ bọ̀ṣù, ẹ bá lọ ìlú Òṣogbo. Ìlú Òṣogbo. Ìlú Ìlọrin kì í ṣe ìlú jàgídíjàgan. Jàgídíjàgan. Ìlọrin kì í ṣe ìlú fìtínà fa. Fìtínà fa. Ìlú síná kó sùn àlùjànnà. Ìlọrin ni. Ìlú Ìlọrin.
You don't see wicked laugh. You know, when somebody be like, wicked laugh. Now, wicked laugh did my mind as I was watching that. But not that wicked. You know, those one wicked. They say, oh, this one na die. Oh. That is called grooming. You see that? But my own confusion is this. Because Mayegun, I see Ilorin, the entire Kwara state as Yoruba land, shared with the the tapas, Lengpi, who are also partly owners of the land you can call Kwara today. Yorubazo. But here is my confusion. And the confusion is that if I meet anybody from Kwara, you are a Yoruba to me. If you are speaking Yoruba in your mouth, you are a Yoruba to me. Of course, I know that people can actually like learn and speak Yoruba and all that. Okay, I'm talking about like indigenous people here. But it is only when you get to this Ilorin that you would have to define Yoruba to Yorubas. You would have to, I mean, you remember when we had that conversation around what should be an insult to an average Yoruba person? Who is real Yoruba? Mohammed. That my Mohammed, that one of us here. Remember Mohammed? Mohammed had to come here to come and corroborate the confusion that I just mentioned now. That are the people in Kwara Yoruba? Or they are not Yorubas? They are just speaking Yoruba? Then historically, I have been told that from 1807, that the incursion of the Fulanis into the northern part of what is today's Nigeria, as well as the expansion of their incursion that took them down to, well, Niger and then to today's Kwara, and the historical adventure or whatever that it was between Alimi and Afonja and the rest, okay? So they now said, the people who speak Yoruba in Ilorin, that they speak Yoruba is because of a decade, if not century, old of integration, that they might have integrated to speak Yoruba. Their ancestors might have spoken Yoruba, but they are not Yorubas. Do you understand that confusion? Isheshe, a Yoruba person will hear about Isheshe, and they will say, don't try it here, or else you are looking for trouble. In Yoruba land, you see the confusion. Banning Isheshe. Isheshe is our own traditional, cultural, and religious celebration. Oshun Oshogbo is seen as the deity or the God, or should I say the messenger of God, that is there to help you take your prayer to God if you are looking for the fruit of the womb. Everyone with their own faith, Yorubas, the same culture, tradition. There are millions of people are retracing back their roots to Yoruba land to say, oh, they were Yorubas, their ancestors were Yorubas, even if they hardly speak Yoruba anymore, from different countries. Oh, is that same one right there in that same Yoruba land could get you killed if you try it in Ilorin? Like, I don't understand. Imagine you saying, where are you from? Say, I'm from Kwara State. So, Ajia, you're from Kwara State and all that. What's your name? You tell your name and all that. I'm like, I'm Yoruba to Yoruba. I know I'm not Yoruba. Some even have to tell you that they are half Fulani, half Yoruba, just to make the description look like. Here you get. The confusion is real. Why would any true Yoruba son and daughter, even if you have accepted Christ, even if you have now become a Alaji, and you are Yoruba, real Yoruba, and you will be grooming children, wrap bedsheet all over your head, abina cotton, wrap all of this bedsheet over your head, start speaking Larubawa Arabic, and then you are grooming Yoruba sons and daughters, telling them Isheshe Yoruba.
is not allowed. Baba, calm down. Isn't that an insult? Is that not an insult to anybody who is a real Yoruba to feel like, in Yoruba land? But I don't understand. They'll tell you, no, don't try that here. You try, I'm here. You remember our Mr. Lukman? Mr. Lukman is from Angono. Mr. Lukman is from Kwara State, right? Now, Mr. Lukman from Kwara State, when Yoruba Union met him, we believe that is a legacy project that as Yorubas, is one of us, and is our brother. Is you know what I mean? Like, just same way we have been doing to the school children in that same Kwara State. So look at me, Mayegun, with Yoruba Union, mobilizing funds, support school children in Yoruba land, support aged men and women in Yoruba land, support the poorest and all that in Yoruba land. I am mobilized, and my own mind, Yorubas are in Kwara. So when I come across charlatans like this, right, who have used religion, right, the religion that doesn't really preach unity or tolerance in their way, their own style of religion, Baba, to preach against that same Yoruba interests. I mean, that hurts. It should hurt. We are in competition with Arabic religion of the Arabs. That's okay, fine. You are Muslims. You eventually, you know what I mean? Like, they brought it to Yoruba land. You found what did they call that thing again? I don't want to say starvation. I wanted to say starvation, but no, it's not starvation. It's not starvation. What do you call that thing again? You found. Hey, why did that actually word disappear though? Anyway, salvation. Salvation is not starvation. You found salvation. You found your purpose as a Muslim, as a Christian. Then you turn around. You are now pointing fingers at our people who decided to just stick to what they also believe. Demonize them and tell them they are banned in their own land. Baba. And we are the ones who are intolerant. I don't understand though. Since I was a kid, they have been talking about going to Ilorin to go and free Ilorin. And you keep asking yourself as a kid, like, why do they want to free Ilorin? Free Ilorin from who? These people are also speaking Yoruba. Everybody is speaking Yoruba. Historically, they are Fulanis who conquered Kiniko and Shekiniko. Really? But now it's making sense. I don't know what I'm going to tell my own children and say, oh, Mayegun, see, your papa, who is with Yoruba Union, is working with other Yorubas to build an harmonious, a sort of a caring, relationship, community, where once all of us found ourselves in the quagmire, we found ourselves in Nigeria and decided to say we have had enough. We can now do that at one purpose and leave. Then you realize, hey, don't bring your Yoruba nation here. Don't bring your Yoruba Kiniko here. And you're like, are you guys real Yoruba? Are you actually real Yorubas? You begin to ask and say, like as Yorubas, anything that has to do with Yoruba land should normal, receive your blessing and your curiosity to know more as well. Wouldn't you want to know more about Yoruba land? Would you love places where they are banning the culture, the tradition, and everything Yoruba? For who? For Jesus? Abi for Muhammad? For Allah? Abi for what else again? Like, it's insulting. There should be Yorubas who should take this up themselves and feel like This is unacceptable. It shouldn't be acceptable. Like tolerance, you are in Yoruba land. You are practicing Arab religion. You are free to do that. Then suddenly the Yoruba culture and tradition are unacceptable. And a lot of you who also kind of support that. Really? So anyway, Yoruba Union will continue to enlighten us, right? That when they say Yoruba first, it actually means Yoruba first. And that should mean something to you. It means Yoruba's interest first. And if you are human, right, you will treat everyone, whether Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, or Fulani, anybody from anywhere, you will treat them right until they make you do otherwise. I mean, if you have hand of fellowship to people and they start biting their fingers, you can take it back and say, wait. But until then, the humanity in you should ordinarily be that of I'm a Yoruba man. I am interested in that. I should be interested in this. What can I do to make a difference? What can I do to change this? Like, oh, this is not right. This is wrong. Okay, now, and it affects people that I believe are my people. What can we do to make a difference in this, right? That should be your paramount thing. That's why we call it Yoruba first. Should be paramount. Others will tell you, humanity first and all that. So I agree. But make something first that is not in any way supporting a brutal system, a fascist system, intolerant system, systems that kind of love to extinguish the weak, they will say. And Yorubas are not weak. How did we even get here? A lot of people are so afraid to even talk about it. And they're more or less like, now, that's how it has been. They know they do anything in Ilorin. They know they do. And these are people speaking Yoruba. And a lot of people, they make it look like it is a generally accepted thing. Now that we know that there are people who practices their own religion, and it is called the Yoruba traditional religion, they have every right to practice that by law. So it wasn't a unanimous decision that Ilorin does not welcome Isheshe. It was actually these intolerant criminals hiding behind religion that decided to make it look like Ilorin has no Yoruba traditional religionists. If not, look at this latest campaign. Why are they so angry these days? Why are there so many videos? Why are there so many press conferences talking about we don't want Isheshe to avoid problem? That means people who have been practicing their own religion under the threat of these guys for years have always existed. They have always been existing until now when they choose not to be quiet again, and they won't take that. So they are grooming children in Yoruba land to hate Yoruba culture, hate Yoruba tradition. And you begin to put it to question like, are they Yorubas? Like, what's going on? These are people who they will groom these children. When they groom them with this mentality, this Arabia mentality, this jihadist mentality, they still send them everywhere in Yoruba land to go and be Afa and then Quranic teachers to your children. Do you know that? A lot of you will prefer somebody they send from Ilorin. They say, sorry, Afa, onile kewu, onile gogoro, onile ni ma. Afa onile gogoro, onile kewu Ilorin. Àwọn afa nìyẹn. Àwọn afa mi Ilorin. That's very good. Ẹ̀yin lẹ máa dá fún àwọn Kamal. Ẹ̀yin lẹ máa good fún Kamal Sultan àti Tohib. They are sending extremists into your homes to pass this knowledge of intolerance to your children in the name of teaching them Quran, teaching them Arabic. Those are the children they are grooming. They are everywhere already anyway. Unfortunately, the reason why I'm actually like more concerned is this. We have been seeing reports, we have been hearing reports of this extremism already spreading in Yoruba land. So when I saw the video of children singing if you want to do your Isheshe, if you want to do your Yoruba tradition, go to Oshogbo. Don't try it here, or else you will create a problem. Children singing that is called grooming. And those are also going to be friends with your children. They're going to be teachers, Quranic teachers to your children. They're going to pass all this extremism. And it's a matter of time. 5 years, 10 years, 20. We will have everything that they have in northern Nigeria right now. We will have them in Yoruba land. And don't dare tell me that it's impossible. Don't do that. Don't tell me it's impossible. I've seen it happen. And there's going to be a less time to stop it when it finally starts. It's getting so crazy. It's crazy. Your constitution says everybody can practice their religion. So if I go to Ilorin now and I say, oh, Emi ni won pe ni Ogboni Ogbagbami Gomigo, Agbori Ejo, Loro, Mayegun General, Oluwo General. I want to do a conference in Ilorin. So they will mobilize these terrorists against me, Abi. No be so? They will mobilize them, and before you know it now, the last time they were begging them. They wanted to go and burn the house of Ilorisha in Ilorin. Insulting Muhammad. This Ilorin is Makkah. It's very close to paradise. Ilorin yato city. What people are suffering in Ilorin, say, oh, yato city got suffer ni Lekiti ni. Ilorin is close to paradise. It's very far from hellfire. Are they spending different money in Ilorin, or do they have any different economy in Ilorin? The poverty that these criminals have spread all over Nigeria shows fear Ilorin. You are grooming children to grow up as intolerant, hateful, against their supposed culture. And you are turning around and say, but you know that's how it is now. You are asking me to come to, some will say, continue shouting now. If they burn you, will come to Ilorin now. I don't have to come to Ilorin before my message will actually hit you. Because, you know why I'm saying that? I didn't come to Ilorin before you are fast, before all these criminals, before they started making different videos, threatening the people who are traditional worshippers. I didn't come to Ilorin, which means people within that same Ilorin, within that same Kwara state, they have had enough of your madness. Seriously, they've had enough of your madness. I don't have to come. So it's just going to be a matter of time. Now, if those people kind of come or stumble on the video of Mayegun's diary and they say, Mayegun, God will bless you for us, Mayegun. You don't know what we are going through here. These guys are everywhere, threatening us, intimidating, this and that. But we are coming out to fight again now. And we will stop them. We will practice our Isheshe, all right? And the government of Nigeria, they have put together a fraudulent constitution called 1999 Constitution, that told you that you could practice your own religion wherever you want, anywhere you want. They will be the one to come back later to settle this whole thing. Nobody is coming from outside the lorry to chase you away. Trust me. You've had it for so long ago. But for the first time, you have now kind of had your emir, Zulu Gambari, have to come out. They say, nah, this thing will cause wahala. Police have to come out. This thing it's going to cause wahala because your elite are still very much in control of the police, in control of this and that. Intolerance bunch, right? Those who are going to defeat that are going to rise from the same Ilorin, the same Kwara state. And it is a matter of time. You are grooming children to go out there and begin to look at their fellow Yorubas as nothing. Simply because they are not shouting Allahu Akbar, or they are not shouting Holy, Holy, Jesu, Jesu. So you will look around at them, and you're already doing it, oh. Unfortunately, they're already doing it, oh. But at the same time, I am so happy. You know why I'm so happy about something? I'll tell you. When social media first kind of started, Nigerians on social media, if they are not posting a picture of somebody with Arabic this and that and say, Ali Akib, the Kiniko child from Qatar, he can read Quran,
at the age of 1 year old, the whole Quran. Now type amen. If you want God, if you want Allah to bless you, everybody will now go there. Amen, amen, amen. Under that picture of a child with Quran. And they'll say the child is able to read Quran from inside belly. Say, amen, amen. The Nigerians. So. Or another one, you will see they will just draw Jesus. They will draw Jesus. They will put angel behind him. All right? And I will say, I am here to bless 100 people today. If you want to be blessed, type amen. Nigerians will jump under it. They will be typing amen, 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 amen. Then you will see another one. If you are looking for Oshole, if you are looking for money ritual, if you are looking for Kiniko, Baba Agborodun, Baba Kiniko in a saying, you can contact us for Kiniko. So it was like, if you need blessing, if you need prayers that are actually answered, right? Contact God, contact Jesus. I don't know if you remember those era, Forward this to 20 people. Forward this to 30 people in your inbox and you'll be blessed. Those ones are with Allah and Jesus. But if you want to do money ritual, if you want to do, all those ones with money, you want to make money. So those ones are for the traditionalists. But that thing is changing now. Genuine young people who are genuine traditionalists, they are now on social media explaining the Yoruba tradition, Yoruba culture. They're like sharing things that ordinarily you don't want to associate with. That's, no. Someone like me enjoys things like that. So these days, you can no longer associate, come and do sacrifice, come and do money this, come and do that. Now people are having reasonable, intelligent conversation around culture, tradition, religion, Yoruba's, Yoruba gods, Yoruba's in this and that. Things that are beginning to interest this young generation. So don't think Mayegun will have to come to Ilorin before people will stand up to your madness. It is coming to that. These days, people now know better. That if you say somebody, because somebody is not doing the same thing you are doing, your religion, right? Therefore, they are lost. That era is gone. You remember those era when they used to tell you the reason why your life is what it is right now is because of the sins of your father. This generation are beginning to say, bye-bye, Koshidano, no, they carry me handicap. They carry me handicap. Which share sin of my father. You dey crazy me. Wetin my father, my papa, my grandfather did that make me this poor. Now criminals they rule Nigeria. It's not the sin of my father. They now know better. Sure you know. So this generation is just the same generation that we grew up. They will grow up and then they will face you and challenge you right there with the right information, armed with the right information. In 2023, you are still there. The only way to go to God is to go through this place. And the way to go to, okay, who told you that everybody want to go to your God? Do you not think that it's absolute madness to make it a business of yours? Where I go to, where I head. Kintie, to the point that you are growing intolerant of others. And you call that serving God. You tell others that yours is wrong, mine is right. What's your business? If I dey go air fire, if I dey go here filter, what they call that one? Here tank, in become. If I dey go para, what it concern you? When they won't bomb me, then burn us together. Respect everybody's choices. If I don't want to have a religion, I don't want to have it. Don't worry about where I go to. Care about where you go to. But irony, you cannot practice that here. My children cannot be part of that. Fine. What about those who want to? If no even use your own theory, let's use your own theory. Okay, let's use your theory. In Islam, there is Jah no more. Jah no more is like endless fire, like air fire. There is also Ojo Agbende, that is the day everybody die and everybody will wake up to Judgment Day. Ojo Agbende, I didn't call Keyamo. So then you go to, if you do good, you go to heaven. If you don't do good, you go to hellfire, and you'll be burning in that hellfire for hundreds and thousands of years until Judgment Day. Fine. In the Bible, if you do good, you accept Jesus and you do everything right, yeah, you go to heaven, paradise. If you do evil or you miss them, you go to hellfire. Abi, is that not what is outlined there for you, Abi? So if God no say some of us go enter hellfire, why ain't create hellfire? What's your business? Don't worry. Why do you have to care about where people go to? Let people worship. Let them do whatever they like, as long as they're not in any way tampering with yours. Or grooming children to hate on other people because they are not doing the same religion as you. I'm just trying to save you, Nima Yegun. I love you so much. I'm just trying to save you. Kilo dekintie. What is your business? If God does not want some of us to enter a fire, why ain't create them? Why are you interfering with the work of God? Worship your God. Let others worship their own. May everybody hand wherever everybody want to hand. Kintie? Some of you will turn yourself to the personal secretary to God. Some of you are personal attorney general to God. Attacking people because they are not doing what you are doing. Now you are attacking Yoruba. Because when you attack Yoruba religion, when you attack Yoruba Isheshe, you are attacking Yoruba generally. You want us to go into extinction. You want our children to come to this world and they have no idea there was anything called Yoruba. Check in Ronuni. So that everybody will be there. They will be wrapping bedsheet all over their head. Abi, they will be shouting Allahu Akbar here and there. Then finally, we'll stop speaking Yoruba and we'll start speaking Larubawa, because what's the essence of speaking Yoruba again? So our children will be saying, which language is this? This one is not the language of our God. Because the God of Arab will be our God then. Don't worry you now. But they blessing so they carry on like say Kenny. So those who are going to push back and fight back will be the Yorubas themselves. And the programs like this will continue to tell them they can do it. Speak out. You have the right to worship any religion you want. You get, as long as you are not interfering or trespassing. Okay? Not even trespassing or interfering. There's a word for it. As long as your own right to worship whatever you want to worship is not in any way interfering with other people's choice of what they want to worship. That is what is called liberty. Liberty, or you see, freedom of association, freedom of religion. There are liberties that are like God-given liberty. You know what I'm saying? But they threaten everybody here. They threaten everybody there. Now, grooming children. I know that's what they've been doing for years. So, but when I saw that video, it kind of just threw me off. Like, if you are a Yoruba person, this is something that should personally mean something to you, even if you are not Isheshi or anything. You want Yoruba to pareni? Any kure, because Yoruba won't parel. Meanwhile, talking about Yoruba and our own activity, I told you the last time I said I was going to raise a fund to continue to support some of the people we reach out to, especially the vulnerable in Yoruba land. So tonight, I am going to ask for that support. I'm not sure if I'm going to really get what I want, but I wanted to know that whatever eventually comes around and accounted for will go a long way in helping those who truly needs it, okay? Here is something I'm going to share with us just before we call it, not even call it a night. I think just before we take calls, maybe I will take calls, okay? But before you leave, you can help me watch part of the activities of the Yoruba Union, where we are doing our little best, just any little we could do to reach out to those who have become the victims of a failed leadership in Yoruba land, come Nigeria anyway, the entire Niger. So here is, okay, hang on, I think
I'll put this on first. And you can still help me like the broadcast just before you leave, if you have to leave, okay? So give me a sec. Right. So we went out. I'm waiting for this to load up, and then we can proceed. Oh, give me a sec. So we went out to support. One moment. We went out to support the physically challenged, where we gave 10 wheelchairs to 10 different beneficiaries, including money. Depends on the beneficiary that we met and all that. So I am going to share this with you and more. If you are still there, okay, please don't go anywhere yet. Don't go anywhere.
ẹ̀yin ìṣe ọmọ yẹn níhà ṣé ẹ lè kọ́ mú ni mo lè kọ́ ẹ ṣáà lọ sí ibẹ̀ wọ́n bá wúmà yẹn wọ́n ní ẹjọ́ mọ́ mi mo fẹ́ kọ́ṣẹ́ yìí ó wá ní àpé iye báyìí ni kí n mú wá wọ́n wá ní ó dà máa lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ gbọ́n àbúrò mọ́ èmi kan máa lọ bá gbé máa sọ fún pé mo fẹ́ kọ́ iṣẹ́ ìyẹn ṣáà fún mi lówó mo ṣáà fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ kíkọ́ yẹn títí mo fi gbàyè èmi náà ṣàwádìí ẹni tó ń ṣe ní tí ìrówó fi ṣe freedom náà so mo ṣáà ọ̀gá mi ṣáà ní kíkà sí máa ṣiṣẹ́ so mo ṣáà ń ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn náà díẹ̀ ìgbà tó yá mo di ẹni tó fẹ́ ọkọ nígbà tí mo fẹ́ ọkọ èmi àti ẹjọ́ wà títí fún 5 years mi ì bímọ ìgbà tó wá ṣáà àwa ní Agége ìgbà tó yá àwa kò ń bẹ àwa padà wá sí Jàǹkàrà rẹ̀tì ilé síbẹ̀ àwọn onílé ta ibi tí a wà tẹ́lẹ̀ ni a tún wá padà wá sí.
I was told you have a little concern like that, and how is it? How are you coping with it? Báwo ló ṣe ń cope pẹ̀lú ẹ̀? Wọ́n ló máa ń lọ sí lójú ẹ̀mẹ́ta. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Ó máa ń de diaper. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Okay, wọ́n ti ṣe surgery fún ẹ rí. Níbo ló ti ṣe? Kí ló sọ pé ó ṣe nígbà tó ṣe surgery yẹn? Okay. Bàbá mi gẹ̀ẹ́sì nọ́mbà mọ́mí ẹ̀ náà. Okay, in the register with a call the mother. So that nǹkan tó ṣe, àwọn tó sùn ti ṣe, àwọn ọmọ biochemicals tó sùn tí máa ṣe ohun tí ò bá dé, ó yẹ kó sùn tí correct ohun tó sùn ti ṣe tó sùn tí ò dáa, ó yẹ kó sùn tí pay compensation, ó yẹ kí ó sùn tí lè wà responsible fún nǹkan tó ṣe tí ò dáa.
Good morning, everyone. About something funny. Good afternoon. Ṣé gbọ́ Yorùbá? Ẹ gbọ́ Yorùbá o. Ṣé tí n bá sọ fún yín pé ṣé gbọ́ Yorùbá ṣé yes ẹ máa sọ? Ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fúnra yín. Ọmọ Yorùbá gidi ni ilé sọ pé ṣé gbọ́ Yorùbá tẹ ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹnu mi dùn sí. Àwọn kan ló rán mi sí yín. Mo ò dẹ̀ mọ̀ bí wọ́n fẹ́ kí n jíṣẹ́. Ẹ ṣọ̀wọ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ gbọ́ ẹ máa ní láti farabalẹ̀ gbọ́. Mo rí pé bí ìgbà tí mo kéré bí ṣe rí yín sí nìyẹn torí pé ẹ̀yin náà máa dàgbà lọ́dún kan. Tẹ bá wá dàgbà yẹn Ọlọ́run ọba ò ní jẹ́ kẹ́ dàgbà yà. Ẹ ní dàgbà olè. Ẹ ní dàgbà tó máa rí future àwọn ọmọ kékeré tó wà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ tó máa fi ń pé ṣe ni kóun jẹ́ tán. Olè wà ní àgbàlagbà, àgbàlagbà náà wà ní olè, Ọlọ́run ní yà yín lólè. Bí ṣe ń rí yín, mo ń rí doctors láàrin yín. Mo rí lawyers láàrin yín. Mo rí captains of industries láàrin yín. Ṣé rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lè débẹ̀? Ṣé kí n sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lè débẹ̀ fún yín? Òun ni kẹ́ fojú sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yín dáadáa. Ohun tó bá ti ń kọ́ yín tí ò bá ti yé yín, ẹ máa béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn olùkọ́ yín. Ṣé rí? Tẹ bá ń béèrè questions dáadáa, ọmọ tó bá ń béèrè ìdí nǹkan, ó fẹ́ fẹ̀dí ẹ̀gbọ́n ni tó bá ti ń explain fún yín ló máa yé yín síwájú sí. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí ò bá ti béèrè questions nínú yín tó bá ti jókòó tó bá ti sọ fún pé orí edé yìí bó ṣe rí rèé tó bá ti wò ó pé báwo lórí edé ṣe tóbi báyìí, báwo la ṣe máa measure irú measurement tó ẹ̀ bá ti question ẹ̀, ohun tó bá gbé fún yín lẹ máa gbà wọlé, gbogbo tó bá kọ́ yín á máa yé yín lágbára Ọlọ́run. Ìgbà táwọn kékeré a máa ń kọrin kan, àwọn teachers tó wà ń bí báyìí náà gbogbo wa la máa mú orin yẹn mà. Ṣé kí n kọ́? Àwọn teacher ò dáwọ́. Ṣé ti máa kọ́ bàbá mi kọ́? Àǹtí ṣe bàbá mi kọ́ orin yẹn. Orin yẹn. Ẹ̀yin ni leaders tá à ń dúró dè. Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ gbé yín délẹ̀ lérí. Nǹkan tó ní kí n sọ fún yín nìyẹn. Ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fún mi. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Bí Babatunde bá ṣe máa rí sọ́kò tó wà appropriate a máa ṣe. Lóyún. Itu menolak. Ṣé gbọ́ Yorùbá? Àwọn Yorùbá ni mo wá bá yẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fúnra yín.
Network here is so terrible. I've got loads of them that I could share with you, including the update on Mr. Lukman and others. Okay, so we are expending a lot of money. I have to say, not so lots. Okay, but when you have an organization that is reaching out to people spending over 5 million naira at a go, outing, with the support of a lot of you and a lot of us too, because it's our money that we put together, and including those who always join to be part of it. So if you want to give us money in Nigeria, you can use that account on your screen. And if you are comfortable using the PayPal, use that. It will get to me. Okay. And indeed, it will get to them as well. So I just thought I should share that with you. I was going to raise fund tonight, but somehow I'm beginning to feel kind of hungry. Maybe I shouldn't tell you that, right? I'm going to say thank you for being part of this conversation tonight, okay? I am going to see you some other time. But if you come across this video, okay, and you are interested in chipping in and supporting us, right, please do. This always go a long way in helping the people that really need them, including children. I mean, I've got clips of where children are being given their shoes. Have you seen that? I'll show you that some other time, right? Where we are given shoes, footwears, clothing, books, food, even money, wheelchairs to those we indeed went out to support, all from this platform. And thanks to the Yorubas and the Yoruba Union who have actually made this happen. Then the friends of Yorubas, I mean, for the first time you see people say, well, I'm not Yoruba, Mayegun, but I'm interested in what you're doing. How can I be part of it? How can I join? Well, you are welcome to join us all the time. Thank you. And we all, from all of us, we say thank you too, okay? I'm going to see you some other time. Stay safe, and never stop watching Mayegun. You can still like this broadcast before you go. I'm sorry I didn't take calls, right?
I was going to, but we'll do that some other time. Thank you and good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Mayegun Diary, Diary political.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.